Hey folks, welcome to Keyboard Skills Pro. My name is Tom and welcome to another theatre organ tuition video. Now today we're here at the Grange, which is a wonderful new collection in the east of England, and we're here at the lovely 3-manual 5-rank Compton organ. Now just before we start, we do have quite a bit of external noise because we're in the process of building and expanding the collection. Now in this session we're going to talk about the Pistons, and the Pistons are used to make quick changes on the console. Now basically what happens is when you press a piston, you can see that the stops on the panel change, and there are two different types of pistons. We've got divisional pistons, and that means the set of buttons under the keyboard, those are the buttons that work just with that keyboard. They'll change the stops just on that particular keyboard. And then we've also got general pistons, which you tend to find on bigger organs, and these will change the whole setting of the organ, the pedals, all the keyboards in one go. Now, why do you need and why would you use pistons? Well, they allow for a quick change of sound. And so what that basically allows is that you can then be playing a verse of a song, and then you can make a very clean, quick change. Now, if you use them effectively, you can make fast, quick, and really cool changes to your music. So let's take, for example, a song, and let's take a nice, gentle piece of music, such as My Way. That's a nice ballad. So I'm going to set a little selection of stops here, and I've got the trems on. Okay. And then I'm going to change to a different piston. I'm going to change to number 5 for the chorus. So what I do is I start by playing with my soft registration, something like this. Okay. So I've decided this in advance, and we'll skip to the end, and then we lift off the keys, press number 5, so do you see how that change happened there? We were playing along with our soft registration, lift, press. So normally when you make those changes, you do them at the end of a verse or a section in a piece of music. Now on a lot of cinema organs, the buttons are labelled 1 through maybe 8 or 10, and you'll have a set for the lower keyboard, and these change the stops on the lower accompaniment. You'll then have a set for the middle keyboard, which on a 3-manual organ is called the Great, and on a 2-manual organ it's called the Solo, and you might possibly have a third keyboard as well. On Wurlitzers, the stops, the pistons are sometimes grouped in 2 sets of 5. We have PP, P, MF, right up to fortissimo, and those represent a build-up of registrations, and then you might have 5 more at the end. Now here's some other examples. Let's have a look through these pistons here on the instrument. Here's number 9. Now that's quite a nice big sound. So I could, for example, do something like this. I could start with number 7, and then I could go to number 9. So I could go. So you can see there, as I'm pressing and changing, we're getting some lovely changes. Now, of course, what you do is in your practice session on the organ that you're going to play, you spend some time seeing what's in those particular pistons and making some notes on your music ahead of time. Now, some newer installations have something called a memory capture system, which basically allows the modern electronic action of the organ to allow multiple sets of pistons. So it means each organist can have their own set, and it's basically like on your electronic organ. You hold a memory button, press the piston, and those set of stops are stored in it. Now, if you have that system on an organ, sometimes the original organs have what they call a setter action, and it means you can only have one set in the organ, so please do ask permission if you're allowed to change them. Normally you just have to work with what's there. But do try them out, they're good fun, and very effective to change the sounds. Beneath where your swell pedals are, there's also toe pistons, and these offer normally things like sound effects, birds and trains, and you might even have a crash cymbal. So those are quite useful on your toes. You can use those to enhance the music. So do enjoy trying those pistons. They can make changes very, very useful. And you can hand register and use those pistons to make the changes nice and effective. But do remember, when you press a piston, try not to be playing the keys. Lift off, end of a phrase, press the button, and off you go. A little tip: when you're changing registrations, try and use your left hand. Try and use your left hand, because that way you can press them. If you're holding a chord, you can swing your thumb under like this and press the button, but normally use the left hand when you're changing stops and registrations. Hope you've enjoyed that. Thanks ever so much for watching myself here on Keyboard Skills Pro on YouTube. There's lots of other videos as well on theatre organ and piano, so do keep an eye on the channel, hit subscribe, and if you really enjoyed this and like to support more productions of these kind of videos, do consider becoming a patron of mine on patron.com. All the links are in the description, along with a PDF that you can download on this lesson. Thanks so much for watching. My name's Tom Horton, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.